Yeah, okay. Thank you, Alan, for having me today. And my name is Ojonugwa Emmanuel. Like you've been sending me emails, and I came from Norway to America. I lived in Norway for 8 years before coming to
Wow. Yeah.
America. Yeah, I'm originally from Nigeria, so I went to Norway on a family reunion. Yeah, and then I came with my three children and my husband in 2021. Yeah, to America. Yeah, then we went straight to Missouri in Rolla in Missouri because I came to do a course, technical communication. Yeah, so I was there when I got enrolled like PhD position here, and then we moved down here in July of 2021.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with the first question.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
The first question is, why is the research you're doing important?
It is important because it has to do with the real world issue right now, and because I see there are inequalities in the services that even the government is rendering to the citizens. So it
Yeah.
is very important.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So what sparked you into choosing the current research that you're doing here at UNT?
Say again.
So what sparked you into choosing this the path
Yeah.
you're on?
Sure. Like interested in parks and green spaces, you know, and recreational centers. That's because, like I said earlier, we came from Norway.
Mhm.
And then when we got into rural, I was not looking for parks to
Mm.
take my kids to, because we're used to that. We had that in Norway,
Yeah.
places. And then we're like, okay, then I picked my phone. Let me search for nearest parks that kids could play. And then it was far away. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? How do I start driving? And then that now brought curiosity of me reading about parks in America.
Hmm.
And I actually got to know that in 2017, thereabout, there was a policy that mayors and city managers agreed on that every resident in America should walk 10 minutes to an equitable park.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, then what is happening?
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, and I moved to Texas,
Yeah.
and then that got me like researching more about parks and yeah. So
Wow, that
that's
is so interesting. I did not know that. Okay, that's so cool. Okay. What do you hope to find or learn at the end of your research?
yeah. I'm even learning right now because the research I'm doing now in my dissertation has to do with governance,
Mm.
citizen participation, and how this put together can impact equitable parks,
Mm,
that
okay.
equity in parks and accessibility to parks. So, and then I found out that yes, having to build parks alone is not just having money, city having the funding to do that,
Yeah.
but rather it has to do with engaging the residents you are actually planning the parks for. So I
Okay.
found out that, and then I got to know that yes, because we are public, like for me, I'm a public administrator, meaning I am called to serve the resident. I'm
Mm,
called to serve the people. And then when you're serving the people without knowing what their needs are, there's no way you can serve them better.
yeah.
So it's better you engage them, and then you know what their needs are, and then you know how best to serve them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. How do you feel about the current findings that you have accomplished?
Yeah, I feel okay. I feel good because I really see that for so far in my journey as a PhD student, I've attended I think over 10 conferences,
Wow.
and for every conference I present my paper, people always walk up to me, "Oh, this is really good. This topic is really good because I'm combining how parks can actually bring a healthy community,
Yeah.
healthy residents." So,
That is so cool.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what does a typical day for you look like, especially when you're doing your research?
Yeah, typical day for me because most of my research I use on GIS.
Oh.
So going into analyzing GIS data, having to do writing manuscripts because I've published about 4 papers,
Wow, that's
4
so cool.
articles so far.
Wow.
And then,
Congrats.
and I have some that are on the way. So doing literature review and then keeping myself updated, analyzing policy documents from cities. Yeah.
Wow. So is that pretty much every day, or is every day pretty a little different each
Yeah, a
time?
little different. Some days could
Okay.
be, for example, maybe today I could choose to like do literature review. What has other scholars done about my topic,
Yeah.
about my interest? And then some other day could be, like for example, on Saturday I was here, I was in the GIS lab
Okay. Okay.
making maps, to better my work
Yeah.
as I, move into the to finalize my dissertation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a little different each day. Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay. So, how will or is your research at the moment going to impact like a real world issue that we have at the moment?
Thank you so much. That's a very good question. Like I said, I'm interested in governance, citizens' engagement, and then funding, and how all this put together can bring about equity impacts and accessibility impact. Like I said earlier, there is a policy in America that every resident should live 10 minutes away from a good park. So my research is going to bring like an evidence-based recommendations to city managers, to park directors, to citizens engagement strategists, on how best to serve their residents. And then at the end of the day, bringing about a healthy community. Because there was a paper I published in 2024 that actually I used Denton as my study area, and then I did some hotspots with GIS, and I found out that for those places that have few parks, or that we have park desert, had high rate of obesity, meaning people are not going out to work. People are not using, so is like providing recommendations and good policies that could help the cities. And then one thing again I will mention here is parks and parks and green spaces are not just recreational centers now or facilities now. It has involved like environmental sustainability, and then it has also to do with public health, community health, and then also bringing back into the city. How do I mean by that? That I've done research and I've read literature that it is obvious, and from the interviews I've done with park directors and all of that, it is seen that those places, those neighborhoods that has parks, the property taxes appreciate more. And you know what I mean? Bringing back taxes into the city, and then bringing more businesses into the city. Yeah.
Wow, that is so interesting. Yeah, so awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna shift a little from the research questions to getting to know a little more about you and how everything really connects at the end together and stuff. So the first question is, what is the most interesting part of your research that you think is like, wow, this is really cool?
Yeah, the most interesting part is, before now I was thinking, cities that have money, that has funding, could build parks. But now I got to know that no, you have to engage the residents you are building the parks for. So that's very interesting for me. It's an interesting fun.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Yeah. You would expect if more money would, more parks.
Yeah.
But it really just comes down to.
But it goes way more than just having fun to build parks or planning parks. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
What do you do or use to motivate yourself, like to wake up every day and be like, I'm gonna keep going with my research, keep working on this?
Yeah, because I know that what I'm doing is not only benefiting few people but larger community. Because I'll be very happy to see everyone live a healthy life, having parks close to them, going out, because I'm an outdoor person. I like it because, going out with their kids or maybe the elderly ones, feeling ownership, because when you actually involve them, when you're planning the parks or designing parks for them or renovating parks for them, then they will feel ownership. We gave this they asked us about what do you actually want, and we told them we want park for to walk our maybe elderly citizens or our kids, and actually we have equitable parks to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that motivates me like every day, knowing that I'm serving the masses.
yeah. No,
Yeah, I
that's
have
really
people in
awesome.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite thing to do while you're not like
When I'm not
you're
researching,
not doing your research at home?
yeah, like going to the park with my
Oh,
kids.
yeah, that is awesome.
We do outdoor. We go walking with my husband. We go walking. We take a walk, and then I like baking. So I
Awesome.
involve my kids too in the kitchen to bake.
That is awesome. What do you
Yeah,
bake?
yeah. I bake like cake.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bake cake, and then there's like what we call the scone.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bake scone, and then I think generally I like cooking.
Oh, awesome.
Nigerian jollof rice. You can go and Google it.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I like Nigerian puff puff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
made
Yeah.
from flour, sugar. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think those are all the questions I have for you today. Yeah.
Okay,
So
we are
thank you,
done.
thank you so much for taking the
Thank,
time out of your day to
thank you,
talk to
Alan.
me.
Thank you
And
for having me.
yeah,
Thank you
uh,
for reaching out to me.
of course, thank you for letting everybody know what you do here at UNT.
Thank you.